We're looking at lesson 68.
Specifically, how we can apply it to our lives. To get started, let's hear the actual lesson. Love holds no grievances. You who are created by love like itself can hold no grievances and know yourself. To hold a grievance is to forget who you are. To hold a grievance is to see yourself as a body. It is the decision to let the ego rule your mind and to condemn the body to death. Perhaps you do not yet fully realize just what holding grievances does to your awareness. It seems to split you off from your source and make you unlike him. Then it makes you believe that he is like what you think you have become, for no one can conceive of his creator as unlike himself. Shut off from yourself, which remains aware of its likeness to its creator, yourself seems to sleep, while the part of your mind that weaves illusions in its sleep appears to be awake. Can all this arise from holding grievances? Oh yes. For he who holds grievances denies he was created by love, and his creator has become fearful to him in his dreams of hate. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? It is assured that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image, as it is certain that God created them like himself and defined them as part of him. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will forget who they are, as it is certain that those who forgive will remember. Would you not be willing to relinquish your grievances if you believed all this were so? Perhaps you do not believe that you can let all your grievances go. That, however, is simply a question of motivation. Today we will try to find out how you would feel without them. If we succeed even ever so slightly, there will never be a problem in motivation again. Begin today's extended practice period by searching your mind for those against whom you hold what you regard as major grievances. Some of these will be quite easy to find. Then think of the seemingly minor grievances you hold against those you like and even think you love. It will quickly become apparent that there is no one against whom you do not cherish grievances of some sort. This has left you alone in all the universe in your perception of yourself. Determine now to see all these people as friends. Say to them all collectively, thinking of each one in turn as you do so, I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. Spend the remainder of the practice period in thinking of yourself as completely at peace with everyone and everything, safe in a world which protects you and loves you and which you love in return. Try to feel safety surrounding you, hovering over you and holding you up. Try to believe, however briefly, that nothing can harm you in any way. At the end of the practice period, tell yourself, love holds no grievances. When I let all my grievances go, I will know I am perfectly safe. The short practice periods should include a quick application of today's idea in this form, whenever any thought of grievance arises against anyone, physically present or not. Love holds no grievances. Let me not betray myself. In addition, repeat the idea several times an hour in this form. Love holds no grievances. I would waken to myself by laying all my grievances aside and awakening in him. So what stands out to you about this lesson?
I mean, it's really hitting hard on how holding on to grievances really messes with how we see ourselves in the world.
And even how we see our connection to something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
Like to a higher power or the universe.
Yeah. I mean, it's human nature to want to hold on to those hurts, to justify our anger and blame others for our pain.
But it's ultimately a self-destructive cycle, isn't it?
Totally. Like we're keeping ourselves trapped in this cage of negativity and resentment.
And the key to unlocking that cage, to finding freedom, is forgiveness.
Which, is a whole other challenging thing.
It is. But the lesson does give us some practical steps.
Yeah, like recognizing those grievances, seeing those we resent as friends, even visualizing ourselves surrounded by love and safety.
And of course, repeating those affirmations about love holding no grievances.
Those can be super helpful.
Right. They help to retrain our minds, to shift our perspective away from judgment and toward understanding.
And hopefully towards a little bit of peace.
And speaking of peace, let's use a fictional scenario to see how these ideas play out in real life.
Okay, so let's say Sarah is at a party.
Okay.
And she accidentally spills, red wine on her friend's brand new white dress.
That's the worst.
Yeah, right. So her friend, she feels that immediate anger, frustration. Yeah. And she kind of snaps at Sarah. She's like, seriously, you always ruin everything.
Oof. It sounds like there's maybe some other stuff going on there.
Right. It's not just about the dress. Yeah.
It's pulling up all these past, hurts, resentments, maybe not even just towards Sarah.
So it's like Sarah's spill is just the trigger.
Exactly.
But the friend's reaction is really about all those unresolved grievances.
Yeah, and it's like, she's seeing Sarah through this lens of all that past stuff, Like it's distorting how she sees her.
And it's probably hurting their friendship in the process.
Oh, for sure. Like instead of responding with, understanding, compassion, it's just blame, judgment, It creates a wall between them.
So how does forgiveness fit into all of this? Like, how can the friend even begin to forgive Sarah when she's feeling so, hurt and angry?
Well, the first thing is just awareness, right?
Yeah.
Like recognizing that her reaction is way bigger than the situation. Like, yeah, the spilled wine is a bummer, but it's not the real issue. It's those underlying resentments she's holding on to.
So she has to acknowledge those grievances first.
Uh-huh. And see how they're clouding how she's seeing everything.
Right. It's about choosing to let go of those feelings.
The anger, the resentment.
All of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean she has to what happened or pretend it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's about seeing Sarah with compassion, recognizing that it was an accident.
It's about remembering that this one event doesn't define Sarah or their friendship.
Exactly.
So separating the action from the person.
Totally. And that's where things can start to shift. Instead of dwelling on the negative,
Yeah.
she can focus on the good stuff, like the fun times they've had, their connection.
And as she does that, maybe the anger starts to fade.
Yeah, and peace can come in.
I think that's a really important point from the lesson. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves.
It really does.
So by forgiving Sarah, the friend is actually healing herself too.
Absolutely. It's like she's mending their relationship and creating space for her own peace.
It's such a powerful example of how these ideas from lesson 68 can actually transform our relationships and how we experience the world.
Totally. And it shows that forgiveness isn't about weakness or giving in.
It's a conscious choice, a real act of strength.
It takes courage to forgive.
And compassion.
And a willingness to see beyond just the surface.
It's amazing how much power our minds have, how our thoughts can shape our entire reality.
Totally. And that's why this practice of forgiveness is so important. It's about taking back that power, choosing to see the world through a lens of love.
And speaking of seeing things differently, remember how the lesson talks about visualizing ourselves as safe and protected?
Oh, yeah. Those visualizations can be so helpful.
It's like we're creating a sanctuary in our minds, a place where we can escape from all the negativity and just feel surrounded by love.
And in that space, we can connect with our true selves, with that part of us that is already whole and healed.
It's a reminder that no matter what's happening in our lives, that love is always there for us.
Always.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into lesson 68, I think the biggest takeaway is that forgiveness is a journey.
Mm-hmm. It's not a destination. It's something we practice every day.
It's about making a conscious choice to let go of the past, to release those grievances, and to choose love instead.
And even though it can be challenging, it's a journey that's worth taking.
Because it leads us to a place of greater peace, understanding, and connection. It leads us back to ourselves.